daily. But I had to be one of the first to call in and not only congratulate some of you, but to congratulate the Poundcake, Cody Brown, on being Cleveland's #1 sports talker. I mean, this is a massive advancement in Cody's career, and I want to congratulate you, brother, and keep up the good work. Also, congratulations to Mary for being the best female comedian, and to Alan Cox himself, the best radio show in Cleveland. I mean, this is insane. You beat a massive morning show, RNG, and then you beat this other show. I don't even know who the hell they are. And, man, I couldn't be happier for all y'all. Bill, it's okay to come up third or second or what, I can't remember which one it was, but congratulations to you too, Bill. And hell yeah, man, let's party it up. I mean, this calls for a celebration. Love y'all. See you, bye.
Boy, Dustin's as excited as anyone is. Wow. Poundcake.
Came first in the podcast, but okay.
Very excited for you.
I was waiting for the butt, and it didn't come, so I'm great.
No, the butt was for me. Even though I'm the only one that bought him a gift for his stupid kid.
Wow, now the kid is stupid.
Yeah, he is. Well, his dad's stupid. Kidding, Dustin. Love you. I get the bit.
Well, there you go. Yeah. He's very proud of you, Cody.
Yeah,
as everyone is. I wonder if the sports shows that lost even broached the subject.
Yeah.
I wonder if they even mentioned it at all.
Well, they didn't. They probably talked about it when they were nominated, which we played on the show. But what if they didn't win? I would pretend like it didn't exist either.
Would you?
Yeah.
I mean, again, this isn't the first time that this show has won that award. I mean, we've been here a long time. We've won that award on a number of occasions. But I would also guarantee you that I'm the only person when we're nominated that isn't constantly begging people to vote.
Yeah.
It's nice, but I don't ask people to vote. But I guarantee you, that's why there's so many shows and people you've never heard of who get on these things, because they're going on their platform and begging people to vote for them.
Do you think their listeners...
Yeah, many people hit me up and they go, hey, I thought Marty wasn't going to win. That's why I voted for him. So, like, because he was DMing people, and I love Marty, and I'm happy for him, and it means a lot more to him winning than me, but he was campaigning like crazy.
This is what I'm talking about. That's why Martin Malloy won best. That's right. Yeah, for your consideration. Right. Yeah, so there's a lot of these people, when people are scratching their head going, who the hell is this? Well, and how do they win? Because they're begging people to vote for them. Which is fine. That's another way to do it.
Well, that's what we were doing for Poundcake.
Right.
We wanted Poundcake to win. That was the goal.
We were hyper focused on him.
The way I win is by getting people to go to agoracleveland.com using code word fall to get their pre-sale tickets today till 10 p.m. and then they go on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m.
But what does that have to do with Cleveland scene?
I don't care. I just want to sell tickets and film a special. There's actual reward to it when you do a comedy special. Selling tickets and stuff, making money. And then
congratulations to the Alan Cox team. Holy crap, that is amazing. Poundcake knocking it out of the bud with that sports take. Get out of here. All right, I'm going to do a bong rip for America and a congratulatory awesomeness to radio. Here we go.
With the bong rip.
I love you all. Have a good one.
Holy guacamole, boy. He really took a deep drag out of that one. All right, thank you, pal. I appreciate that. Huh?
I don't want to get back on top of the bong hits.
Oh, come on.
Thank you.
Yep.
For that.
That's a bong hit for Poundcake right there.
That was for you, buddy.
That is one hit bong. They're getting ready to drop a Cabbage Patch documentary. Remember Cabbage Patch Kids? They're in the Toy Hall of Fame. It's gonna be in theaters, for God's sake, called $1 Billion Babies. They did a movie on Apple Plus where Zach Galifianakis played the guy who started Beanie Babies. I forget what the movie's called. It's only been out for like a month. It's like the Beanie, I don't know. It's Elizabeth Banks. It's Sarah Snook from Succession. And he plays the guy who got rich off of Beanie Babies because he invented them. Ty somebody. That's the name that's on those little tags. And so there's a wave of nostalgia now, I guess, for these kinds of things. But the documentary, Neil Patrick Harris, I think, is narrating. It's called $1 Billion Babies. The truth behind Cabbage Patch Kids, because this is the time of the year when all these movies go through the film festivals, and then they find a distributor, and then it ends up in movie theaters. And then ostensibly people go out and watch them. Before there was Black Friday. This is like the original Black Friday. Because people were punching each other for these stupid Cabbage Patch Kids.
It wasn't always like this, but something happened in 1983. And we were never going back.
The store manager threatening people with baseball bats. And I like that they couldn't get the clearance for Van Halen's Jump. So
Right.
you got to yell and then a song that sounds a lot like.
Not like it.
What's funny to me, though, is that all of these.
The dress didn't want to pay for it because it's probably expensive to license it.
I'm sure it is. Yeah. All these toy crazes that drive parents bananas come from the simple fact that these people couldn't or wouldn't tell their kids no. Hey, I'll try to get that for you. What was the Schwarzenegger movie?
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way, right?
Turbo Man.
That's him and who? Sinbad?
Sinbad, Phil Hartman.
Phil Hartman.
And honestly, they try to make Phil Hartman be the bad guy in the movie, but he's the dad that was prepared, that loves his kids, that spends time with his family. And Arnold Schwarzenegger's the guy that is too busy working 80 hours, 100 hours a week, like people brag about, and ends up disappointing his kid. Now, at the end, he dresses up like Turbo Man, and his kid's like, oh, I don't need the toy. My dad's Turbo Man. But that's for one day, kid. And it was also the kid that was in Phantom Menace that everybody got mad at. So.
Oh, Jake, the little kid who okay, that was him?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they
not a bad holiday movie though. But Phil Hartman's not a bad guy.
They made Phil Hartman look like a putz.
Yeah,
because he was like a good dad.
Yeah, and he was like flirting with Schwarzenegger's wife, but you're not around.
Right. Who was the wife in that?
I think Tom Hanks' wife. What's her name?
Oh, Rita Wilson.
Yeah, I think it's Rita Wilson.
Yeah, you're right. Liz Langston. Yeah. All right, Phil Hartman, Sinbad, Jim Belushi.
I haven't watched that one in about 10 years. Maybe I'll make that one of my holiday watches.
Because okay, so there was
and Sinbad's very funny.
There was a holiday movie, this is Jingle All the Way. Mm-hmm. And there was another one. Was it Danny DeVito and Matthew Broderick?
Yeah.
What was that one?
Deck the Halls.
Deck the Halls.
That one's underrated too. I like that one quite a bit.
All right.
It's stupid. Like, it's very dumb, but it's a good Christmas movie, especially if you're watching it with kids. There's some laughs in there.
I like that there's a Matthew Broderick renaissance. He's starting to show up in everything again.
Yeah.
He's in Only Murders in the Building. He's in Painkiller, that the umpteenth not documentary, but the dramatization of the Sackler family and the opioid crisis, and he plays the bad guy in that. But he's starting to show up in things. I mean, he looks a lot different. He's a lot heavier. He's got gray hair, but I mean,
he's an older guy now.
He's an older guy.
It's funny. There's a comedian in town, and she's 21. Mm-hmm. And she does jokes about Matthew Broderick, and like going back to when he committed vehicular manslaughter. I'm like, I was impressed. I'm like, oh, you know history.
Oh, did he really? Matthew Broderick? Did he hit somebody?
That's
Is that
according to her joke. He hit somebody while he was getting a bead from Jennifer Grey.
Really? This was like when he was a teenager.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because he's been married to Sarah Jessica Parker for a long time. I see. So that's not like why he went away or something.
No. But that was just
1987 car crash that claimed the lives of 2 women.
Oh, 2. You got 2.
Wow.
2 birds with 1 stone. There's the origin, Poundcake.
Yeah. Him and Jennifer Grey with her old nose, too, probably. I thought he was dead. She thought Matthew Broderick was dead. Happened on a rainy night in Ireland with him at the wheel and her riding shotgun. But was that the thing? Everybody was like, oh, she had her head down? Or
I don't know. That's what's insinuated, I believe.
I see. Happened days before Dirty Dancing was released, which is, of course, what made her crazy famous. Wow. And she was in Ferris Bueller.
Yep.
She's
Played
the one.
his
She's
sister.
his sister.
Yep.
That must be how they met. So 2 Irish women were the ones that were killed, a 63-year-old and her daughter, who was 28. Matthew Broderick pled
That's
guilty
okay.
to careless driving and paid a $175 fine. It was raining. And so I guess maybe the rain, in addition to Jennifer Grey,
Well, they
the
were
rain,
yeah.
the rain also got him off.
They were taking unnecessary journeys on treacherous roads.
And they sure were. Ah, boy. Do I still have that?
I don't
even
know. That might be gone from the... Oh, there it is. Hey!
Don't take risks on treacherous roads. Don't make unnecessary journeys. Don't take risks on treacherous roads. People have been spotted in the water both today and yesterday. Their actions are for the town of Cork, Malina. Don't make unnecessary journeys. Don't take risks on treacherous roads. Don't make unnecessary journeys. Don't take risks on treacherous roads. People have been spotted in the water both today and yesterday.
Both today and yesterday is my favorite line.
We should do an Alan Cox Show karaoke where it's all the songs that we play all the time, where we all go out and meet up with listeners and do this and Freaking Frog's Gay and America First and all the back it up, that kind of stuff. They do Dry Love, some originals, you know.
ACS karaoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Well, anyway, how did we get on the Matthew Broderick? Anyway, the Cabbage Patch documentary.
Oh, because
Gwen and I were talking about, speaking of Cabbage Patch, we were talking about Wacky Pat. Remember, there was Garbage Pail Kids that were a direct response to Cabbage Patch Kids. But earlier than that, there was something called Wacky Packs.
never heard of this.
Okay, I don't know if it was a Gen X thing. I mean, I didn't get into them until I was like mid-'80s, but they've been around since late 60s, early 70s.
Garbage Pail Kids was way bigger in my friends and family group than Cabbage Patch Dolls ever were. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I was a boy, so obviously, but yeah, Garbage Pail Kids was everything.
Wacky Packs were like, and you could tell that they started in the 60s because all the references are really old, but they were parodies of products. So it was like Wacky Packs were, you know, they would make fun of, it was like a Mad Magazine type version of making fun of products. Like, what's a good, I can't even remember. I just remember Wacky Packs, and I remember that I had a whole bunch of them. And, you know, like Blunder Bread instead of Wonder Bread. And you're like, again, you know. And they would reboot him in the 80s. But Garbage Pail Kids were just, you went nuclear over those things because they were super gross. What we were specifically talking about is how there were Garbage Pail Kids that you couldn't do now because people would be so sensitive about it. You know, like they'd have like Fat Franny, and it was just a super, super fat kid. They would lose their goddamn minds over a lot of these Garbage Pail Kids now. They had one girl that would like Boogery Beth or something where her face was just all snot. Remember that? And like her hands were like boogers that were, you know.
Yeah. Real gross.
Somebody give me a Garbage Pail Kids documentary. I'll watch that.
I think there is one about the movie they made.
Oh, yeah?
I think it's just on YouTube, but I think it's pretty funny and pretty...
The Garbage Pail Kids movie.
That was a wild movie. Those...
The film is considered one of the worst films ever made.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I got to watch that. I don't even remember that. Oh, yeah, I do. That was on the... Yeah, I remember that on the shelf at my Blockbuster Video.
Yeah.
Alan, you were talking about how Cleveland is the it's the best city in the entire country for buying a house. It's the most affordable housing market in the entire country. They have just released information that Pittsburgh is the best city in the country to be a ghost.
Oh.
I don't know how they reached that. I don't know what their data points were. Pittsburgh, the best city in the United States to be a ghost.
Did they survey ghosts?
I don't know. They looked into
It's interesting.
They looked into how old were the houses, how many grave sites and cemeteries and how many local searches for ghosts. And between those, Pittsburgh does have a lot of cemeteries. And a lot of very old houses. And apparently a lot of people are searching for ghosts. So for our Pittsburgh listeners, Pittsburgh is another one of those cities. People who were born there and raised there don't want to leave. It's like Cleveland. They love it. They never want to leave. So it stands to reason that if you are a Pittsburgh native, you are going to be a Pittsburgh ghost. And I guess you're going to be in good company. The best city to be a ghost.
Hey, Poundcake.
Yes.
What, you know who this is?
Ghost bag?
Yeah, you got it. Hey, man, I want to congratulate you. I heard you got yourself some kind of award or something.
Best sports talker.
What?
Best sports talker.
I heard you. I just don't believe it.
Well, some
Best
people.
sports talker. What the hell?
Yeah, for my Poundcake Sports Breaks.
All right. Are you going to thank me in your speech?
No,
Why?
you had nothing to do with it.
I gave you the confidence to whack it and not worry about what was going on.
I never not wacky because you were there.
Yeah, but you didn't stop doing it because I was there. I got you, sucker.
Yeah, you kind of got.
Yeah, you sucker.
Well, you could probably come to the party with me. I mean, you're a ghost, so I don't think I need just +1.
That's right, I'll be there. Hey, I want to let you know, I just heard some information that made me very, very happy. I want to let you know that I'm going to be hanging out in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for a while.
Okay.
Just want to let you know if you don't see me walking around for a while, that's where I am.
Is there a guy that you're stalking or
No,
in
I
particular?
heard it's a great place to be a ghost.
Okay.
So I'm going to be kicking it in Pittsburgh.
You go over there, traitor.
I'll be back, baby, don't get mad.
I'm just saying, it's kind of shisty.
I got it. I don't think you're supposed to say that. I'm just gonna check it out. Except here's what I'm worried about, man. I want to make sure I'm fitting in.
How so?
I got it. I've been working on that dumb accent they have.
Oh?
Yeah, I got it. Can I try it out on you? I'm gonna.
Go for it.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's a ghost bag down here. How's it going?
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Hey, let's go check out a Steeler game, Jens.
Ghost Yens?
Jens, what's up? Hey, get your perminis, get a sandwich downtown.
Downtown.
Don't take the deep cane incline. We're gonna get down to Heinz Hole, see the show. Get a 6-pack Iron City. Watch some wacky.
I'm actually going to be in Pittsburgh on Monday.
Bill, is it?
Yeah.
Shut up, Bill.
You're talking about Pittsburgh. I thought I'd bring it up.
He's not gonna be spying on you.
Well, I might be now. Who knows what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be spying all over the place, baby. Is what I'm going to do. I just want to let you know, Poundcake, I'm going to be gone for a minute, okay?
Well, they don't have non-competes. Like, you can just haunt whoever you want.
You dummy. You stupid man. All right, I got to go. I'll see you later.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, what happened? I zonked out for a second. Oh,
there
and I
was
think
a
I
ghost bag.
passed out for a second.
Pittsburgh ghost bag showed up.
Oh,
Tell us
my
about-
goodness. All right, listen, I'm late. I've got to take a break here. If you want to send a text, 35192, AlanCoxShow.com. I'll have those Cedar Point passes for you coming back after the break.
This is the Alan Cox Show. Everywhere on